Cliché podcast. Your silence hurts us. Podcast. Your silence hurts us. Quote. Over-the-air radio Amal FM on 95.5 to 98.8 megahertz. The podcast, Your Silence Hurts Us, part of the Women Peacemakers Project. Implemented by Amal Women's and Sociocultural Foundation. The podcast, Your Silence Hurts Us. Produced by Hadhramaut Media and Development Foundation Radio Amal FM. Prepared by Shadi Muhammad and Amar bin Johar. Presented by Kamar Sami. Editing and audio engineering, Amar Salem. Supervisor, Salwa Muhammad Bakhdar. Dear listeners, welcome to Radio Amal FM on 89.8 and 95.5 megahertz. You listen to a new episode of the podcast, Your Silence Hurt Us. In this episode, we review several issues related to the work of activists defending the rights of abused women, and how they are subjected to difficulties in performing their lofty mission of defending women's rights issues. Welcome, dear listeners, to the beginning of a new episode of the Your Silence Hurts Us podcast. Today, in this episode, we will discuss the topic of protection programs and their importance for activists defending the rights of abused women. Before we talk about the details, let us know about the Your Silence Hurts Us campaign through the Focus View report. Introducing the campaign through the Focus View report. The Your Silence Hurts Us campaign comes within the Peacemakers project funded by DTI to achieve justice within the Justice for Yemen Pact, which aims to monitor violations resulting from the conflict in Yemen. The project works to build the capacity of monitors and workers in the specialized Together for Her network in monitoring and documenting violations against abused women and activists defending women's rights and human rights in Hadhramaut. The Women Peacemakers project will last for 19 months and includes several different activities that contribute to the process of monitoring violations for justice within the Justice for Yemen Pact. The campaign, Your Silence Hurts Us, aims to mobilize and finance local and international support to improve the protection of activists defending women's rights and human rights. Improving the image of women defenders within society and increasing community awareness about violations in general and violations against women defenders in particular. The campaign, Your Silence Hurts Us, was launched coinciding with the approaching 16-day activities to combat violence against women, which focuses light on the violations suffered by women and human rights defenders. The campaign adopts a message not to be silent about violations against women activists and defenders. The campaign encourages female activists to reveal what they are subjected to violations and clarify the challenges they face while defending women's rights and human rights. Dear listeners, the campaign, Your Silence Hurts Us, has various activities, including this podcast, Your Silence Hurts Us, which you are listening to on Amal FM Radio. There are other activities on mass media and social media sites, including positive messages and articles about women defender activists, and a workshop that will be carried out by organizations within the Justice for Yemen Pact, to discuss all aspects that contribute to the protection of women defender activists. Dear listeners, at the beginning, it must be pointed out that protection programs are a set of procedures, principles, and practices that aim to protect women human rights defenders and abused women from danger, threats, and persecution in light of conflicts and crises, as it is important to implement protection programs because they contribute to enhancing the ability of activists and women to face the challenges and risks they face in their work and their personal and social lives. It also enables programs for activists and women to continue their role in defending their rights and the rights of others without fear or hesitation. It also helps raise awareness and solidarity among activists, women and the communities to which they belong about the issues of human rights, equality and justice. Protection programs encourage the development of networks, alliances and platforms for cooperation and coordination between activists, women, local, regional and international organizations and institutions working in areas related to human rights and women. Dear listeners, We can say that protection programs play a vital role in supporting, empowering and protecting women activists who defend human rights and abused women in Yemen, especially in light of the difficult security, political, economic and social situation that the country has been witnessing for several years. Therefore, all concerned parties of human rights and women in Yemen and abroad should pay a special attention to developing, implementing and evaluating protection programs in a manner consistent with the reality, needs and aspirations of activists and women in Yemen. Dear listeners, in this episode, we reviewed the topic of protection programs and their importance for activists defending the rights of abused women. In addition, we have known the type of programs and support and aspects of protection that could be adopted by who concerned. We have concluded this episode, and we have to mention the Together for Her network, which is for Yemeni women that monitors and documents the violations that women are subjected to due to the war. It also opens its arms to all Yemeni women activists and defenders who have been subjected to violations to report any case of violence and abuse through the network's application in the Google Play Store, which bears the name Together for Her Network, or by calling the following number: 776,520,320. Thank you.